Hello, everybody. Today, our service management team is going to be talking about the Hotel Grand Duca Houston. Our hotel is located in Uptown Park near some of Houston's finest luxury shopping and dining locales. Our service management team consists of Wen Tao Zhao, Eric Lay, Jed Jabor, and myself, Abigail Garcia. Today, we'll be going over the methodology, history, mission and goals, brand identity prism, semiotic square, ServQual model, gap model, and recommendations based on our analysis. The layout of the property begins with the valet and front desk on your left as soon as you walk in, and two guard armor stands on both sides of the entrance to the lobby, where you are immediately transported into the castle of the Grand Duca. Each bar and restaurant is directly adjacent to the lobby, and on the opposite, more quiet side of the hotel, as you walk towards your room, you pass glass displays of items available for purchase and all of the leisurely meeting and entertainment areas of the first floor. Here, you'll see the gilded elevators that will guide you up towards the Hotel Grand Duca's lovely accommodations. The Hotel Grand Duca was founded by Giorgio Berleni, a prominent Houston businessman and philanthropist who also founded the Interfin Companies in 1978. Berleni was born in Italy and brought his love for Italian culture and hospitality to Houston with the creation of Hotel Grand Duca in 2006. The hotel was built, and since then, it was designed to resemble an Italian villa with marble floors, hand-painted murals, and Italian antiques throughout the property. The hotel features 122 rooms, including 88 guest rooms, 24 suites, and 10 luxury apartments. In 2007, they were awarded the audience winner of Luxury Hotels, which was a milestone for its luxury customer experience and Italian-style hospitality. In 2013, the Condé Nast Reader's Choice made the hotel enlisted as the top 15 hotels in Texas. They currently hold a 4-star Forbes rating and are a member of the Leading Hotels of the World organization. The Hotel Grand Duca's mission is centered on providing an unparalleled Italian-style luxury experience within their boutique hotel setting, and their goal is to show guests a unique experience that will leave a lasting impression in their memory. Next, we'll speak on the brand identity prism of the hotel. This consists of 6 separate facets, which combined truly show you the soul of the property. As far as the physique goes, there are guard armor stands near the entrance. The furniture is warm, colorful, and antique. The lighting is also warm but bright amber, and there were a ton of windows letting in the natural light from outside. And the relationship between the people working on property and the guests is one of intimacy, where you are greeted multiple times by people as you walk in, and even over the phone, they're very kind and patient. The reflection upon their customers is that they're typically not rich, they're wealthy, and other people around are dressed nicely, always in a manner where they wouldn't normally be dressed going to a hotel to stay. The personality of the property is based on a man named Adalberto Malatesta, who fled Italy as a child due to civil unrest, and then as a relative of the moving Savoyas in Savoy, he married, and his dowry included a palace and land. He served in the army and was appointed as the Grand Duca of Monfeuilito by King Philip II. He dedicated his life to Italian rule of the North, and the Hotel Grand Duca itself is inspired by his 16th century palazzo, a place where a royal would feel welcome and where everyone is given unparalleled service. Giorgio Borlan, he also traveled from Italy to the US and brought with him the splendor and sophistication of the Grand Duca with his passion for exemplary service. And as far as the culture goes, the people who work at the Grand Duca are all very uniform. No matter who you ask a question, whether it's the valet, the front desk, or a server in the restaurant, they will all answer you in the same uniform manner with the same beautiful Grand Duca smile, and they're a very diverse group from all areas of the world. As far as self-image goes, whether you're dining or residing or visited here, guests feel pampered. There's an element of poise not just within the workers, but within many of the guests as well. They come to experience the Hotel Grand Duca and to be surprised by any new changes they make to their amenities, their menu, and leave feeling satiated, full, and comforted at the end of their journey. We've built a semiotic square that covers the different types of guests who patron the property according to their knowledge of the hotel and the amount of time and money typically spent at the Hotel Grand Duca. History buffs are more knowledgeable of the antiquities and artwork on property, and are more interested in fully immersing themselves in the old world elegance of the Hotel Granduca, whereas adventurers might hear of it offhand and decide to visit the hotel to experience it once just to say that they've been there. This shows the knowledge scale. Those who stay overnight are typically there no longer than a week, but contribute a large amount of time on property and are often repeat guests, versus people who come for the day or even just for a meal to experience the more widely marketed aspects of the property. This shows the time spent at the Hotel Granduca. Your history buffs and overnighters are typically older couples and business professionals who just want to relax. And then on the bottom, we have what are typically your influencers and small groups who enjoy the novelty of the experience, but typically move on to the next one they come across. For our data analysis, we took reviews from 4 different areas: Hotels.com, Expedia, Booking.com, and Google. We inputted data from the reviews that we garnered from all 4 of these sites, and then made a spreadsheet in Excel, created a pivot table, and used that to look at visually what were the highest and lowest performers according to guest reviews in the hotel. Our top 3 are the cleanliness, staff and service, and the property conditions and facilities of the Hotel Granduca. However, on the other side of that, our highest negative responses were those concerning the property conditions and facilities, the cleanliness, and the staff and service of the property. The contradiction between these, being both the highest and the lowest performers in the hotel, show us that this is something fixable. And we'll dive further into how management can work on training to turn these negatives into future potential positives for the guests. When it comes to positive reviews, guests mentioned that even though the facility itself might not have been brand new, that everything was held to high standards and looked to be in new condition, and that the facilities were impeccable, in fact being blown away by the cleanliness and ambiance of the hotel. And then we have people who even said that the condition was impressive and that it was very clean, that the staff and service were professional, quick to help, and very easy to talk to. On the other side of that, we have the negative reviews where guests spoke about the maintenance of the facilities and that the bathrooms inside of the guest quarters had some plumbing and maintenance issues with a couple of the fixtures. And then again, slightly a plumbing issue as well, that some brown water was coming out of the shower head and that they didn't receive the amount of housekeeping that they expected to receive during their stay, affecting their impact on the cleanliness of the hotel. And then lastly, not that the front desk guest agents were rude, but that they didn't seem to have confidence in their abilities, and this impacted their views on the customer service of the hotel. This brings us to our gap analysis, where we identify mismatches between what the customer expects versus what they have been delivered by the hotel, and how this affects their perception of their stay. We have 2 different types of gaps. Gap 1 would be a design failure. We didn't find any specific design failures or flaws within the Granduca, but we did see a couple of delivery failures. One, that the tarnish of certain amenities like the shower head, the water. Although the hotel is aiming for delivering an old-fashioned vintage style, the reality is that some of the amenities are a bit old and rusted, and it affects both the actual use and impacts the customer's experience of their stay, making it feel broke down and unclean, and that the reservation system is verbose, a little less organized than it could be in terms of front desk check-in experience. Sometimes there were booking system glitches and wrong room tours, and they felt that the front desk agents weren't very empowered in their position. And this brings us to our recommendations for Gap 2. The first is an undertaking of updating the fixtures inside of the bathrooms throughout the guest residences in the property, and also taking a look at the plumbing inside of the hotel. It might need a small update. The training or retraining of housekeepers in order to ensure that everybody is held up to the same standard. That way there aren't some who are cleaning differently than others, just to make sure that everything is uniform. And then an update to the current POS system and possible retraining of front desk staff. This would help instill their confidence in the POS system and possibly prevent the miscommunication errors that have been occurring between OTAs and those booked directly through the hotel. Thank you for your time and attention, and I hope y'all enjoyed our presentation.